This video is brought to you by BridgeGap. Make the switch to a modern career.
I remember the time I got into digital, which was in 2006, and at that time Facebook was so new, and social media was not existing at that point of time for companies, and we were just in the process of asking them to look at social media and look at what they can do on it. Cut back to 2019 and the scenario has changed drastically. I mean, you just look at what companies are doing on social media. There are stories, and reportedly there are some 2 or 3 billion stories being put out across Facebook properties, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, every day. There are posts, there are ads, there are video which has just exploded on social media. There is online reputation management. So all these things are happening. So the good thing about this for people who want to get into digital marketing is that just social media by itself allows people from a variety of backgrounds to get into it. And what we're going to do in this video is look at some very pertinent examples of people from theater, people who have been doing retail sales, people who have been doing copy, people from all, in the creative field, and how they have over 3 or 4 years got into the social media position and are doing well. Let's look at we've identified 6 or 7 profiles, and let's look at the kind of journey that they have before they became social media managers. Give you good insight into what is it that what is the background which is typically required, and which helps you to excel in a social media manager profile. So this profile is interesting because 2015, right? Coming from a movie assistant director, so movie background, and then getting into social media. So this is in 2006-15. He started, and then within 3 years he was he's a social media manager at the HW News Network, working at Culture Machine in between. So good rise, and one of the things here is which is helping is the background in the creative arts, right? So which is movies, right? And also getting into being a executive, social media executive for a YouTube channel pretty early on, right? Because if you are managing a YouTube, if you're a social media manager for a YouTube channel, it requires you to be have an extra edge in managing visual media. Okay, so yes, this is one interesting profile. The other one is this one, right, uh, which shows that which starts from July 2010, 8 years back. So content writer, right? So starting from content writer and copywriting, moving from a digital agency, from a web design kind of a company to a company which is uh, into like a more hardcore profile with respect to social media manager, right? Being a social media manager. So the common thread here, the way that that she has started is copywriting, and that's what has helped her get into the social media manager profile, right? Okay, the next one. Uh, October 2013, store manager. So this is interesting, right? So the start is at a retail level. We're coming back to the point that we were making earlier. If you have been in that retail kind of environment, you understand why people buy, what people buy, how can you engage with them, and that goes a long way when you're trying to for social media, and that helps in social media, right? So Baby Chakra, social media manager, right, in 5 years, right? The retail manager, store manager in 2013, and in 5 years, a social media manager, Baby Chakra, leading e-commerce site. Okay, next. Uh, so this is interesting because starting from finance, okay, finance analyst, and then moving on to, event manager, and
So the first thing here is to remember that it's never too late to switch. Okay, your experience is always going to be useful in some way. Now, in this case, it may not be very apparent how a project finance analyst can actually help in a social media manager scenario, but there in any case there are things like people management and communication skills and some domain skills you should pick up in any job. So it's never too late to do something which is of your interest and something which you love. So here the start is with an event manager, and then moving on to content, and then to a digital agency, and then getting back into marketing. Okay, so and you can see that the person has moved from events to digital marketing, which is which would involve social and digital, right? So this is also a good way to move around. Okay, so this profile she started with at the HR executive level, and then moved on to a business manager social media at a leading digital agency, SMG Colonics. So coming back to the point which we had discussed, if you're in HR, you deal with a lot of people, and you automatically, you have that knack of understanding what what is it that drives people, right? And if you have that flair in you, and if you tap it well, you can do well in social media. And so a lot of in terms of switching from a certain domain to social media, a lot of HR guys do it, a lot of sales guys do it, a lot of events guys do it. This is an example of HR.
So hope you've liked the video, and the only message that we have for you is that if you're stuck in your careers, if you think you are stuck in your careers, and if you want to do something new, then digital marketing and social media is a great category for you. Now the thing about digital marketing is that we spoke about how fast it's growing and the kind of reach, but the interesting thing about social media and digital is that it has something for everyone. You could be someone who has an analytical bent of mind. You could be someone who has a knack of writing good copy. You could be someone who is fantastic with visuals. You could be someone who is able to plan content for a brand, or you could be someone who could do the competition research and make a quarterly plan for your brand. So they are all it's all encompassing, as they say, and there is scope for a variety of backgrounds. So look at what others have done. Look and look at your own strengths and see what you can do in social media.